Alright guys, so I'm trying to figure out why this thing doesn't fit this welder here. It might just be clearance, but according to Harbor Freight's website, it uses the correct size. So we're going to take a look at that. So this is the manual. Turn the flash off. This is the manual. It says 1025 Dinsey connector, 3550, and it shows you this connector. And so what it shows is the Harbor Freight one, what it fits and how it fits. So it's got the cord here going to the adapter, that's going to the gas, and that's for the Omni Pro 20. Now, it says it fits the ProTig 205, which uses a 3050, and the ProTig 165 uses a 1025. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a DKJ 3550, which could be different, but I don't think it is. So I don't know where you can get these, but I'm going to need one of these. I have the original one here so that I can see if there's an adapter in it. Says it fits most things, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm just this is old, so and I'm looking at this website here, and this might be newer because actually it looks a little bit different. So on certain welders, like the ProTig, it goes directly to, and the gas comes out of the welder. But on the Omni, the gas goes separately, which is usually the other way around. And the 205 same way. So this is another problem with this welder, is I can't even test it today because they don't use the proper fitting. Okay, you're supposed to have one of these fittings on the back here, and you just unscrew it. Well, I don't have a way to hook one of these. I might actually take this because this one's actually damaged. You can see right there it's damaged. But it's actually holding pressure, so I don't want to really get rid of it. It was leaking. These are notorious for leaking, but so for me to test it, I'm going to need one of these. I'm going to have to chop the end off, or I need to put one of these fittings, a barbed fitting, for this, which they did not provide. So I have a couple of other regulators, and then here is this one here, which I may have a barbed fitting somewhere. If I do, then I can make a hose. These are some weird connectors too, guys. The Miller used these. I don't know what's up with this or where this one came from. Look how bad it is. I think it's the kid that I got this welder from provided it. So trying to remember what I have. You know, some of these welders too, I'm looking on Amazon, they claim that they'll run this wire straight out. They say that the deal is coated small enough. So this is, I don't like these kind. This one's really old. You can rotate it to SCH, CO2, helium, argon. That's 20 cubic feet. Anyway, trying to think what I do with my other regulators. Might be in here. Maybe. Nope. This is the reason I wanted to do battery spot welding. I save bad batteries and I rebuild them. Got some oddballs in here, but I don't know what happened with the regulator. Nada. Unless it's in here. It is. Okay, this is one. I'll be damned. This came from Goodwill, but it's a Smith. And I don't know if it leaks. That's the other problem. It might leak. But it's got the fitting we need. So this is cool. If this works and it doesn't leak, we can put this on our tank when we want to use it. And then the welder can have its own thing as long as this is not a CO2. The CO2 requires an adapter. Which I used to have all that stuff because I had another welder that, like a Century or something. It was a piece of crap. See, I've had old USA made welders that were worse than anything you ever seen. So this is a Smith. Smith is good. See, when I see stuff like this at the thrift store, I always grab it, man. Because, I mean, this is, you know, they're rebuildable for one thing, but just really, really good quality. And this would be like $100 regulator. But I have another one, too, somewhere else. I'm just not sure where it might be. So this is cool. If this works, okay, if this works, and they're funny, they're always missing the cover on that one, right? Look at that. So if this one works, then we should be in business as long as we don't end up with any leaks, as long as our hose fits. We need to look and see what the barb looks like. It doesn't look like the same size to me. It's close, but it's not the same size. So this one's too small. Realistically, too small. Okay. But it's a start. I can go get another fitting. I'm pretty sure I have one. It's just, you know, a matter of figuring out where it might be. Hey, it's a bird. Slug. Okay. Not gonna be in there. But I do have some hose clamps. They're all a little too big. Oh. There's those. I needed one of these a while ago. A Duralast, which is a backwards spinning. Here we go. That's a quality clamp. Because I'm going to need to source 2 of those. There's no freaking way. I don't think that one's as bad as what the Chinese are using, so it might work, it might not. The problem with the Chinese ones is they strip out. Okay, so if I have one, who knows? It could be anywhere. But I want to get back to the other stuff. So here's some of my TIG stuff. So if we can, there's supposed to be a hose for this argon. I've got the hose laying around somewhere, but I guarantee that it's threaded on both ends. There was more than one regulator that I had for this welder, and so I know that there's possibly another one laying around. Otherwise, I guess we're just gonna have to like either go to the hardware store or start ordering junk on Amazon. And so probably junk on Amazon since there's no rush. I'm wondering if there's anything on this cart here that I just don't know about. Let's see. Does not appear to be. I'm not sure what this goes to be honest. It looks pretty bad. Oh, I remember these. So, at my old work, they had a bunch of these things laying in an old parts washer. And that's for a cutting torch. And so I was like, dude, I'll take them. That's a welding torch. Now, these are probably bad and probably should just be thrown away. But I just grabbed them because they were free. So, the quest continues, my friends. So let's get back over to this and see if there is something in here that I'm not aware of. And also, there's another TIG whip in here from my TIG welder over there in the corner. And I believe that it just has like a minor leak somewhere. What does this say on the back? It doesn't really say much. Okay. These are $99. They might even be more at Hobo Freight. And they're not bad. So, yeah, okay. Here we go. This is a adapter for a different type of welder. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna say, if I can see it. I'm not gonna. I don't really want to open it. Let's see if I can read it. I cannot read it. A 1025. Okay. So that is a 1025, and we're not using something that small, but this would fit like my Metal Man welder. This is a flex head Weldcraft, and I can't remember. Well, actually, no, it's not a flex head. We have they did some weird bullshit. So this is made for a water-cooled torch. So here you have your electrode. This is a Weldcraft, and it was made for a big, huge freaking welder. So we're not going to worry about that. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this was so this part here went to the airline, and then would go down into here. So, and I don't know what this. I bought this at the welding store, but didn't need it. We have more tungsten than I thought we did, so I don't know what the fuck gray tungsten is. Jeez. I hate buying this shit because you really feel like you're getting ripped off, because you are. They charge quite a bit for this crap. 2% serrated ground tungsten. And that's just what they told me to buy. And then we have multiple sizes of tungsten in here in this kit, which is nice. TIG parts kit. But anyway, I have a gas lens set somewhere. Boy, that's going to be hard to figure out what I do with them. I ordered this thing from a company called RX Welder. But, alright, so I don't know what we're going to do here, guys. This is why I don't like these kind of connections. Here is a line, this style of line, and it goes on a tank. Literally, this hose has been patched in multiple places to run on this like 30-foot deal here. So if I can convert this like a small section where it's not bad, then I could probably use this. This is what was on that Smith regulator, the one on the Welder. And I thought there was another regulator that I had that came with the dial arc. So this is fine. You can use this. This is the way they did them. And this isn't going to leak. But I don't know how much of this line is any good. Like, and this is specifically designed for this particular deal. Okay, so we got, I don't know, maybe 8 feet. So this will work. But I don't have another one of these that would fit the welder. So, yeah, they had like a little coupler in between here. So with these ones here, your hose came into this, and this camera does not want to focus. It would go through there and then seal up into the torch handle. So, all right, well, I don't know. I should probably reattach this so these parts do not get lost. Well, in all actuality, God, yeah, we can't use this torch either, but we could if we got the fittings for it and changed out the fitting on the welder. The biggest thing is the fitting on the welder needs to be changed. That's the problem in my opinion. But let's get that. I don't think there's tungsten in this, is there? Nope. Okay. So I don't think I can do anything with this. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything. This is some pretty small line. Like I don't even know what it would be classified as. 3/32 or something. And it's real twisty. It's a lot of memory. Alright. So I think we're kind of screwed. Actually, I can tell you exactly how we can make this work, which is exactly how I did it before. We hook this to the welder and clamp it to our TIG. Just go like this. That's what you're gonna have to do. So we need a ground clamp, and then we'll take the welding electrode, which is exactly what I did, the holder, and we'll clamp it to that. But we still don't have gas, so and the gas would be easy, I think, for TIG because, well, we don't have to go into the welder. So I don't have any flux core wire. I do have some welding rods. I'd have to go outside. It's dark out. It's about 9 p.m. So I'm not really sure if I want to go out there or not. I don't really have an easy place to do any welding. Alright, let's go ahead and plug this thing in. Cord here. I hope we don't have a problem with this cord. What the hell? That don't make sense. This display is bad. Wow. The twos aren't complete. There's no... That can't possibly be right. How is that correct? Or is that supposed to be letters? PPNV 1PN. I think that I was like, it looks like it says 220. I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about this. Okay. That's just blinking. I can't see this fucking thing. Okay, I don't know. Nope, the display's bad. See it? Good lord. None of the digits work on the bottom of it. Seriously. What a fucking joke. All these digits on that line are bad. God damn. Why do I always get lucky like this? Alright guys, I'm going to fiddle with it for a while, but that's it for me.